If I could summarize what I thought about the photograph in a few words, it would be,
I was rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. How dare you?
and no, it wasn't because the characters didn't go through any trauma like some people online said. It was because the story was lacking for several reasons, actually. So the problem stems from the script, the weak plot, the flat characters, no character arcs, and the constant over exposition through dialogue. Now, on paper, the movie sounds okay. I just want to read the synopsis. When famed photographer bruh. When famed photographer Christina Eames unexpectedly dies, she leaves her estranged daughter May Morton hurt, angry, and full of questions. And when a photograph tucked away in a safe deposit box is found, May finds herself on a journey delving into her mother's early life, and it ignites a powerful, unexpected romance with the rising star journalist Michael Block. Now, let's dissect the words used in this synopsis. Stay with me now, don't leave. So they use words like journey, hurt, angry, full of questions, ignite, powerful. Basically, a lot of strong words. But unfortunately, what they were trying to go for didn't translate on screen. And as a result, the movie fell short. So the story begins with Michael interviewing Isaac about life after Hurricane Katrina. Why? I don't, whatever. He happens to see a picture of Christina and becomes interested in her story instead. Throughout the film, we're given flashbacks of Christina's relationship with Isaac. They were more interesting than May and Michael. So Christina had more going on. She wanted to relocate to New York City and pursue photography, while also wanting Isaac to go with her. And her rocky relationship with her mom also played a role in her leaving as well. What did we get about May? If you haven't fallen asleep and you're still here, let's move on. Okay, so the somewhat weak plot couldn't be saved from the flat characters. And I think because the characters lacked dimension, it led to the weak plot. Or maybe it's the weak plot that led to the flat characters. I don't know. I think it's one of those, did the egg or the chicken come first? You get the analogy? You get it? All right. So let's talk about this supposed journey. May doesn't even delve deep into her mom's past. May being hurt, angry, and full of questions. Where? I didn't see that. Her being estranged. Where? The movie spent too much time on dialogue and unnecessary scenes that deviated too much from the plot. So this is how we're introduced to May. Her going through her mom's safety deposit box and looking at a letter. And even after a couple of scenes with May, do we know who she is? No. We're really not given anything to make us care about May. So May doesn't have any goals, therefore she doesn't have any obstacles to overcome. Her mom passed away, and based on the excessive exposition given via dialogue, I really won't let that go. We know that her mom pushed everyone, including May, away. How did that affect May? I have no idea. She seems pretty fine to me. She doesn't have any layers to her personality for it to be understood how her childhood affected her. If her mom was very reserved, then it would have been good seeing how it affects her relationship, whether it be friendships or romantic relationships. Also, she lacked a range of emotions. She somehow realized, and to this day, I don't know how she realized, it just came to her, that the letter that was supposed to be given to the man who she thought was her father was actually for her biological dad, Isaac. Oops, I made a mistake. So after watching the May and Isaac scene again, I realized that May's mom did put the truth in the letter, but May read it in her mind. I don't know if that still counts, but I was still confused. So yeah. Anywho, I don't know, but if I found out that the man who I thought was my father really wasn't, I'd be devastated. But it's glossed over in this movie. And when she has a convo with Isaac, he's like, "Oh, I had a feeling, but I didn't want to say anything." Ooh, ooh. Like, everything is handled in a nonchalant way. It's important for characters to be written in a way where viewers care about them. Because if they don't care, then why should we? Even Michael lacks dimension. What does he want? May, I guess. We're given info about him and his life from others around him. The constant questions about his ex and why their relationship didn't work, or Michael's personality being explained via his coworker and brother instead of it being shown. Like, show, don't tell. This movie was filled with more telling than showing. And not just this movie, but movies in general need to trust viewers to piece things together. Throw some subtext in there. Don't be shy. Come on now. And I just want to briefly talk about the criticism that I saw online when it came out. Particularly, I struggle with that word. Okay, let's get over it. The people who had a problem about the movie not being well received amongst Black people. Now, romance movies with a predominantly Black cast are very rare these days, especially ones that don't have to deal with some type of trauma or pain that the woman must endure. It's even more rare to see a dark-skinned woman be the love interest. You'll usually see a light-skinned Black woman or racially ambiguous woman playing the love interest of a Black man. Then it becomes more frustrating when the dark-skinned woman is given the role of being the ghetto girl or the sidekick. Representation matters, y'all, and spare me with the "we're all Black" at the end of the day, because through their casting, movies and other forms of media do a lot to implicitly tell you what kind of woman should be seen as pretty and what kind of woman should be seen as ugly and ghetto. It's usually done by accident or on purpose, but I'll save that video for another day. Anywho, when I saw the trailer for The Photograph, I was hyped. The trailer had me reminiscing about the movies I watched growing up in the 90s. But just because the movie was long overdue for the late 2000s or late 2020s, however you say it, doesn't mean that we all had to lie about what we thought of it. You can't just give someone what they're asking for in a half-assed or shitty way and then say, well, y'all were asking for it, so here. No, it don't work like that. Now, don't get me wrong, the actors were good and some elements of the story worked, but it could have been better. Now, I hope more movies like this come out and it's not one of those, well, we see nobody wants to see movies like this, so let's stick to the stereotypical ones. No, Hollywood needs to work harder than that. So, and sometimes you can't blame the audience, you have to blame the production itself. So please let me know your thoughts about the movie. Did you like it? Was it okay? And to all the 90s babies out there, what romantic movie did y'all love watching back in the day? Bye!